What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. Hope all you're having a great day. Hope you had a great weekend. Getting into this episode of GH. I cannot say that I blame Jax, honestly, for wanting to protect his only child. Because Jax can see that all hell is about to break loose. Sonny's missing. Jason's basically the de facto leader. Um, Cyrus, he feels like this battle is about to heat up. All hell is about to break loose, and he feels it. Um, so of course, Jocelyn is not trying to go to Australia. And I don't blame Jax. He's trying to protect the only child he has in this world that he loves the most, that he just adores. So I can't blame him for that. And he was basically telling Nina, like, if I have to take Jocelyn against her will and take her to Australia, she's going, whether she wants to or not. It's not up for discussion. And I don't blame him because you know what? She's a child still. She's not old enough to make her own decision, not legally in a sense. She's still a minor. So therefore, Jax has the legal right to take her. Well, with Carly's express permission, of course. But Jax ain't gonna care. He gonna find a way around it. But what Jax doesn't know is that his ex-wife is, kind of the co-CEO right now of the Corinthos organization. That's what Jax doesn't know. That his wife is kind of calling the shots. I love that scene with Laura and Martin because Laura wants leverage against Cyrus, something that they can take him down with. But, Martin basically was like, there's no real evidence against him right now. And Martin made it clear that he's not going to choose one sibling over the other sibling. He made that abundantly clear. But he also made it clear to Laura that he's not going to be her enemy, and he's also not going to be her accomplice either. If she wants to take down Cyrus, his hands are staying clean right now. He was like, if you want to go at it, go at it. I'm not getting involved one way or the other. I can't blame Martin for being neutral. He has a sense of loyalty to Cyrus in a way. That is his brother. And now that he knows that Laura's his sister and they started to bond and get to know each other, I think he likes Laura too. And he's starting to develop some loyalty to her as well. And he just doesn't want to be the reason for either one of their downfall. Like, he knows what his brother is. He knows his brother is dangerous. He knows his brother is a criminal and all these things, but he's not going to be the one to take him down or be an accomplice to it. And I can't say that I blame him, and deep down, I don't think Laura really blames Martin for being Switzerland either. It is what it is. But for the first time, when Cyrus popped up, you see vulnerability in Cyrus. Like, Cyrus genuinely, he looked like he had some tears in his eyes. Like, he looked vulnerable. Even Martin noticed it, that Cyrus is scared. But he feels like Cyrus is either afraid that their mother's going to die, or he's afraid that their mother's going to die and never forgive him, or just never forgive him, period, for, all the mess that he done did. And plus for their dad's death and all that. I think that was a real conversation Martin was having with Cyrus, and I liked it. It was a realistic conversation. Like, he's trying to get to the root of what the hell Cyrus is thinking. Because Cyrus was even trying to accuse Laura of being down with Jason and Carly and kidnapping their mother. And Laura was like, shit, I ain't got nothing to do with that, but I'm going to find out. And when Laura popped up at the Corinthos house looking for Carly, Jason told him, oh, and I peeped that too. Jason was like, oh, Carly's not. She's out right now. And he tried to close that door in Laura's face. Laura said, boop. She put her hand up on that door, said, nah, you'll do. I'll talk to you. I was looking at Jason like, no, you did not just try to close the door in my boo's face. Like, what? Have you lost your mind? Do you not know who that is? You better get some act right, Jason. I'm just saying. You do not close no door in the queen's face. You don't do that. Because I definitely saw how he tried to close that door in her face. No, we're not doing that. Jason, we cool. I like Jason and whatnot. But don't make me have to hop on a plane and fly down to Port Charles to get you to act right. Let's not do it. You know what I'm saying? We can go toe to toe. I don't care about your muscles. I got some muscle too. You don't close no damn door in my boo face. We not about to do that. Jason done lost his mind. He better put some respect on Laura. And I'm glad Laura, I love the fact that Laura is just no nonsense. Laura is not taking no shit from nobody. She don't care if your last name is Morgan, Quartermain, Corinthos, Cassadine, Renault. She don't give a damn who you are. She ain't taking no stuff. And I like that. You know, Laura don't care how cool y'all are, how friendly y'all are. If she gonna call you out, she gonna call you out. So anyway, listen, Carly done made a bold ass move. I'm here for it. I already know it's probably gonna backfire or it's gonna be some drama. It might cost her something, but I love the fact that Carly stepped up. She's stepping up. She's not about to just sit back no more. And with Sonny gone, she knows Jason can't do all of this by himself. And she did a bold ass move. She pulled that punk card. She said, nah, I ain't about to sit back and be no little punk ass. I'm going to step up and show y'all what it's about. She done been around Sonny long enough to know what to do in the face of a crisis. I will say, you know, her taking the mama, that was risky. It was bold and it was risky, but I respect it. Normally I would say Carly need to stay out of some shit, but on this, I'm not mad because Jason, whether he wants to admit it or not, he was about to be dead. Even though Brando, I'm pretty sure, probably wasn't going to shoot him. But you know, Cyrus was going to do it. Cyrus was going to pull that trigger on him. If Carly had not popped up, Jason was as good as dead if she didn't pop up with them guards. So I understand he don't want her nowhere near this, but you need to be thanking your lucky star she was there. And where the hell is Max? I mean, I understand Milo don't work for Sonny no more, but where the hell is Max? Like, this is a storyline for Max. This is where Max needs to be involved. I'm just saying, get the Giambetti brothers up in here because they need to be involved in this. Because I remember, this is why I miss General Hospital from back then. Because Max and Milo would have been down. They would have been right there with Jason, guns drawn, rat-a-tat-tat. They would have been up in there. I'm going to need for the writers to get Max up in here. I understand Milo quit the organization or whatever, but get Max up in here, please. You know what I'm saying? Like, get old school up in here. We need old school Corinthos organization. Not the new school. We need the old school. Get them up in here. Because them guards that Carly brought, that's cool that they walked up in there trying to be bosses, but we know Max would have went up in there like he don't give a damn. Max would have, what? Max would have came up in there, guns drawn, bow, 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 bow. That's what I miss. The good old days of Max and Milo, Sonny and Jason, Diane at the forefront, representing their asses, keeping them out of the penitentiary. God, I miss those days. I miss it. But I'm loving this, though, because I miss Maurice Benard right now. I do. I'm not going to front. But I think I find it very interesting to see what the organization and what life in Port Charles kind of looks like without Sonny right now. And it is looking kind of interesting, even though you notice Sonny's absence. Like, it's a huge absence. I don't know if I could take this on a permanent level of Sonny being gone. Because I know we'd be like, you know, Maurice Benard eat up screen time sometimes or whatever. But you know what? I don't think I could take Port Charles without Sonny. It's a huge adjustment because, you know, one of these days, you know, Sonny ain't going to be around forever. We know that. But it's an adjustment, you know, and I'm loving the Carly Jason alliance. I love how they are holding shit down while Sonny's MIA. Jason doesn't agree with it because Jason feels like this is a move he never would have made by taking Cyrus's mother. And even Cyrus came up in the house huffing and puffing, talking about, oh, Sonny would have never did this. You don't know what Sonny would have done. Let's be clear. Cyrus does not know what Sonny's next move would have been. And in my opinion, I understand Jason's worried about, you know, breaking the truce or whatever, but I feel like Cyrus been broke that truce the moment he had Julian put that bomb in the floating rib to kill Jason. That was him breaking the truce. And he also further broke that truce by trying to kill Jason on the pier and having a sniper there and then pulling your gun on Jason, ordering him to put his gun down. He broke the truce so many times. So at this point, I'm not mad at Carly for doing what she did. And she got Bobby looking after Florence. I'm not mad at it. You got to do what you got to do. If not, Cyrus is going to take y'all as punks. And you got to, Carly showing Cyrus like, yo, we ain't no punks around here. You ain't about to do what you want to do and think you're going to get away with it. We gonna clap back. And that's what you got to do in that organization, in that lifestyle. You got to show you ain't no punk ass. And I'm not mad at Carly for it. I am certainly not. You got to do what you got to do. So anyway, moving on from that, that scene between Ava, Nicholas, and Alexis. Whew. If Nancy does not get a daytime Emmy for this portrayal in 2021, I'm going to be livid. I'm going to be livid. Nancy is killing the drunk role. She's killing it. And dare I say, and this is my opinion, I feel like she's doing a better job at playing a drunk than Nikki Newman on Y&R. And the reason I say that is because when Nikki get drunk, she just get reckless. Like, she just be doing all type of foolishness. Like, she get drunk every 5 minutes. But the difference is with Alexis, when Alexis get drunk, she starts spilling the tea. Alexis started telling people what they need to hear, not what they want to hear. And that's what she did again today when she was talking to Ava and Nicholas. Because Ava tried to tear a strip off of Alexis because she feel like, oh, my brother loved you. And I'm not going to deny that Julian loved Alexis. He did. I feel like he did. But look at the hell he brought in her life too. Ava needs to acknowledge that. Like, your brother, yeah, he was being blackmailed by Olivia. But at the end of the day, he was still doing shit that put Alexis and her kids' life in jeopardy. And his own children. He put a knife to that woman's throat. That can't be overlooked. I understand he was being blackmailed when he did it, but still, you can't overlook that. And the mere fact that you cost her, you cost her damn near her job. Like, you cost her a lot of things at the time, Julian, he needed to, face up to that. And I feel like Ava needs to face up to that. Julian was no angel. And Alexis admitted that she loved Julian. Of course she did. But she knew what their relationship was. She knew that it was toxic. It wasn't good for either one of them. She knew that. And she admitted that. And she feels like Nicholas and Ava's relationship are going to go down the same rabbit hole that her and Julian's did. Which is possible. Because Nicholas didn't want to hear it at first. He was like, nah, let me get you a car. Let me take you home, whatever. And Ava said, no. Ava was like, nah, let me hear what she got to say. So she basically told her, she was like, watch, when the novelty of y'all relationship wears off, the honeymoon phase wears off, and all that passion, that burning passion that y'all got for each other, when that wears off, y'all gonna be in the same situation me and Julian were. Stabbing each other in the back, paranoid, all type of shit. She was like, it's gonna sink in. The manipulation, the dangers, everything's gonna seep into that relationship. And you could tell by Nicholas and Ava's facial expression, they believed what Alexis was saying was true. You could tell by the way they were looking that they knew it was a lot of truth to what she was saying. Because trust, a drunk person speaks sober thoughts. And Alexis was speaking the truth, even in her drunken condition. She felt like, once all that passion wore off, they was going to be left with nothing but lies and paranoia. Because she was like, watch, when all that's said and done and y'all done with the passion part of y'all relationship, y'all going to be looking over your shoulder. Nicholas going to be looking over his, and I'm pretty sure Ava's going to be looking over hers. Because Nicholas is a liar, he's a manipulator, he's a schemer just like Ava is. And Ava's just as dangerous and slick. So at the end of the day, they're either going to be betraying each other or they're going to be betraying for each other. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to protect each other or trying to tear each other down. At some point, it's going to become toxic. Before they fell in love with each other, their relationship was already toxic and full of mind games and all this BS. So imagine what it's going to be like once the honeymoon phase is officially over between them. And they're not getting along so well. So I feel like there was a lot of truth to what Alexis was saying. But Nicholas, he tried to reassure Ava, like him and Ava tried to reassure each other, like, no, we're nothing like Julian and Alexis. Keep telling yourself that. And that's what it seems like to me, that y'all trying to convince each other of that. Y'all trying to convince yourselves and y'all trying to convince each other. But trust, you ain't convincing nobody. I love me some drunk Alexis because she funny and she spilled the truth. Speaking of another person spilling the truth, Portia. I'm glad Portia kind of laid into Jordan about her relationship with Curtis and stuff. And of course, Jordan tried to get all snappy, talking about, oh, yeah, well, what me and Curtis do is none of anybody's business. Well, you need to let somebody else, you need to let somebody make it their business, because clearly your relationship is failing. And a big part of that is on Jordan. Here's my thing. As police commissioner, I understand that she can't tell Curtis everything about her investigations. I get that. But when you personally involve Curtis in your investigations, then you need to tell him everything about it, because you're involving him in it. Once he's involved, you need to give him full disclosure. If he's not involved in your investigation, then I say, hey, you ain't got to tell him nothing. But if he is, then you do. You do. Because she is pushing Curtis out. How many times has Curtis come to Jordan's office with dinner or trying to have romantic time? And how many times has she pushed him away? Oh, I got to work. Oh, I got to do this. Oh, I got to do that. You keep putting your damn work before your marriage, and your marriage is going to fail. And that's exactly what Portia was trying to tell her, because she went through that with Taggart. His job was his first love. His job was more important than his wife. Like, Portia was literally telling Jordan the truth and what she needed to hear. And hopefully Jordan was listening. Not just hearing it, but she needed to listen. Clean the Tootsie Roll out your ear and listen to what this woman trying to tell your ass. You need to make your marriage a priority if you want it to work. Because if she keep going on the way that she's doing, her and Curtis are going to be long divorced before this year is even over. Before we get to the middle of this year, her and Curtis are going to be over. They're already on the ropes as it is. So she needs to find a way to fix it. So anyway, I enjoyed this episode. I felt like this was a good episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what y'all thought about it. I will see you all later. Have a good night. Peace.